Hey everybody, how's it going? I hope you're having a lovely day. Today's video is a rant, and I think it's a rant that's been a long time coming. In a video that I did a few days ago, I said Ford's repo patent is an episode of Black Mirror waiting to happen. In this video, I go over Ford's patent application where they go over in detail how a car will be able to drive itself to a repo center or to a scrapyard, how it will be able to make annoying noises, lock the owner out, try to figure out what's going on around it if there is a missed payment and the car needs to be repoed, with all of the obvious criticism that you can imagine somebody like me would give this type of patent application or this type of idea. And one of the things I said in the video is just wait, just you wait, there will be people that are actually in favor of this. You will see. And that is exactly what happened. We had this in the pinned comment. They don't repo your car after one missed payment. You have to systematically miss them. This is a non-issue for those of us with credit scores over 700. Pay your bills on time. My response is, financial institutions never make errors. Network services are never hacked. I am better off with my car having a remote backdoor into it that can disable or lock people inside of it than I would be having full freedom over what I own. Put on the clown mask, bro. Your comment of the day. And this even shows up on many other websites. I'm not going to go through every single site because it would be a waste of time. On other news sites, we have people saying, if this ever came to pass, I have no problems with it. I pay for everything I have. Well, let me just start this out by saying I don't have Linus money, but I'm also not at the point where I'm going to have my car repossessed anytime soon. My credit score is not a 700. My credit score is over 800. And let me tell you something. I have a problem with this. This is dystopian, fucked up, and weird, and is not something that should be normalized. And let me just talk about the greater trend that I've been talking about on this channel for a very long time. Anytime that I've said something about something that Apple has done when it comes to repair, one of the things that people will say is, you're an idiot. You use Apple. I can't believe you use Apple. I use Samsung. I'm not one of those plebs that uses Apple products, rather than actually be against what it was that Apple was doing. So what happens when you all pro Samsung when Apple was doing screwed up shit? Well, Apple removed the headphone jack and the micro SD card slot. Samsung removes the micro SD card slot and the headphone jack. Apple has a horrible self-repair program. Samsung has a self-repair program with a $206 battery. Apple's trying to destroy the independent repair industry. Samsung is trying to destroy the independent repair industry by seeking a general exclusionary order that would not allow any company in the United States to import an AMOLED unless it had Samsung say so. You see, what we do, the problem with everything that we do, every time a company does something screwed up, rather than just say, yeah, you know what, that's kind of screwed up, we make fun of each other. You're an idiot for buying a Chevy instead of a Ford. You're an idiot for buying an Apple instead of a Samsung. And one of the things that I've never done in this channel over the last 10 years is make the user feel shame because they purchased something from a company that started treating people poorly. I always make sure the onus and the shame is where it belongs, with the company. Because here's the real red pill. Here's the honest-to-God red pill of all of this. This isn't some sort of conspiracy. The reason things are the way they are, the reason we have electronics that are unfixable, the reason we have subscriptions for everything, and the reason that we have a world where Ford thinks it is okay to patent a self-repoing car is because we don't oppose them. We oppose each other. When Apple does something screwed up, we don't oppose Apple. We make fun of the people using the product. When Ford does something stupid, we make fun of them for buying an F-150 instead of a Silverado. When Tesla does something screwed up or weird, we make fun of the person that got that. You're an idiot. You should have waited for the Cadillac Lyra to bought a Nissan Leaf, rather than focus on the reality, which is that every single company at this point in time is going out of their way to take away your right of ownership over what you bought and paid for. And this here is the true red pill. They are going to get away with it, and they are going to win. Because instead of opposing what they are doing, we are making fun of each other. And they are laughing as they take away more of our rights, more of our freedoms, more of our abilities to say that we own and can fix what it is we paid for, as we make fun of each other over our credit score. That's the God's honest truth. You look at this, every single company is following in these footsteps. How many Android phone manufacturers will allow a technician like myself to get access to a schematic if I was willing to pay for it so I could fix your phone? How many laptop providers are willing to make schematics and parts, diagrams, and everything else available? I could talk until I'm blue in the face about everything Apple does because I work on them for a living, and God knows they've earned a lot of the criticism that I give them. But does everybody else really not do almost the same shit? If we're being honest, has every other company not looked over at Apple and said, wow, That model of screwing over the consumer works. We're going to try that for ourselves. The real red pill is that there is no secret conspiracy. There is no cabal of 3 or 5 people behind closed doors that make everything suck. We do, because when something fucked up happens like this, when Ford comes out for a patent for a self-repoing car, rather than oppose Ford, we make fun of people with credit scores under 700 and wonder why we don't deserve rights of ownership. This is why. The reason that the world sucks is because of us. We make it that way. We accept it. And anytime one of these companies does something fucked up to us, instead of pointing it out, standing in solidarity, and telling that company to go shove it where the sun don't shine, we make fun of each other. We use it as an excuse to dunk on each other. You use a phone with green text message boxes. You're inferior to me. You have a credit score under 700. Of course, you would have a problem with a self-repoing car. I think it's something that we need to think about. If we want to ever live in a world where we have these rights of ownership back, we can fix our own products, where our products don't own us through subscriptions, but we own it because we paid for it. Where we're able to fix what we own, where our products do not have functionality built into them to lock us out. If some random douchebag hacker on 4chan finds a vulnerability and decides Lewis's car should drive itself to the scrapyard tonight. No, that's not cool. We should not be cheering this because we have higher credit scores than our neighbors. Because whatever they have the power to do to them, they will eventually have the power to do to you. We need to stop selling out our future for the cheap dopamine hit of making fun of somebody we perceive to be inferior. We need to band together, rather than constantly find excuses to shit on each other for the stupidest of reasons. That's it for today. And as always, I hope you learned something. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.